Are we back? Are we back? We're back? We're back. What's up, boys? Dude, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Hold on. My internet died, boys. Internet died. Hold on. I don't know what that was, bro. I gotta get a new internet. What, Chief replacing you? Ah! No.
Shoulders just pop. W chatters. W chatters. Guys, how'd you like the E-date? I got you, Mini. I died too. I feel like, okay, we're gonna check back in a little bit. This is my stomach right after eating it. Hold on, you guys.
What is she doing?
This is my stomach right after eating it, okay? We're gonna check back in a bit to see how bloated I get.
Bro.
We're gonna see if I get bloated from eating that. We're gonna see if my stomach fills up with gas.
What the fuck? What is she talking about?
Oh yeah. I feel like doing something risky right now. I feel like cutting my hair.
Oh, she's manic.
I feel like cutting my hair, honestly.
She fucking muted herself by accident. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I feel like cutting my hair.
Okay, boys, I don't know what that was, bro. That was like, that was, demonic possession, bro. We got demonically possessed. Look, you see what I mean?
Right,
You see what I mean?
we're gonna spontaneously cut bangs.
Actual ring girl. KW. Bro, she's actually a demon that was possessed. No, the thing is, boys, my internet works because... I hit myself. Oh my god, I hit myself so hard. My internet works because I have a close connection with God, the one above. But when I'm talking to Malik, you see, because the devil, bro, it slips in. Slips in.
That's straight enough, right?
Anyways.
Straight enough line.
Let's leave this and we'll keep watching our fucking show, bro. We're watching this.
All of which are self-soothing
We're watching
techniques
this.
associated with anxiety and deception.
Now this is
She's not gonna better her.
from a senior neurologist, okay?
Yeah.
He's telling us that the brain injury that she sustained
Oh, yeah, it's today,
was
bro. This is
absolutely
today.
not 24 hours prior or even an hour prior. The
Oof.
injury that caused this,
It's immediate.
or the incident that caused this brain injury
Yeah.
was immediate. So whatever happened
She killed her.
did not happen
Bro, she grabbed
prior
the
to her
kid.
getting to your house.
Shook her.
It was
I
absolutely
believe
instant.
you.
Okay. So, and if you believe us that it's instant, you're agreeing that, okay, she fell because she got hit or something happened. Something caused this
Hold on, boys.
Okay.
I'm trying to connect to the
in
internet
her
properly.
head. She fell because of that. All right? What caused that?
What accident caused this?
She fell in the door and hit the concrete step.
So now she's
When?
Thursday morning.
saying something different.
Walking
Thursday
into-
morning.
walking in the
Wait.
house?
Thursday morning?
Yes. So when I opened up the door, she was coming through and she slipped on that concrete step and the metal part, she hit the metal part on her eye.
Which door?
And then the
back
one,
door
yeah,
into the
when
house?
going into the house, the carpet. And so I got her back up and she stood up and looked up at me and did say, I want donut and couch, and then collapsed.
Lindsay changed her story for a second time
What?
in an attempt to justify the chilling injuries Hannah suffered
What?
to her eye. To detectives, Lindsay had started showing signs of being a habitual liar.
What the
It's
fuck?
possible that she could have a personality disorder, such as antisocial or narcissistic personality.
Who slips on concrete? KW, bro. Okay, listen. I don't know about what type of concrete you guys have, but over here in Mexico, there's they do polished concrete sometimes, and bro, that shit's real slippery. If there's any amount of dust, that shit's the slipperiest substance I've ever seen. Like, it's slippery as hell if there's any amount of dust.
Disorder,
And it doesn't have
which would
a
explain why she lied so
like
convincingly.
a
Even
finish.
still, detectives
What's it called? It's like polished concrete, but it's just polished, right?
didn't seem to be buying into her story.
So then she gets up. Is the stuff about? Do you want?
Not
to
if
go
it
back to
has
bed
like an
or
additive on
what?
top of
Is
it.
that all that true? Did she
Yeah,
ask-
yeah, she got back
so
up and
she
looked at
got
me and
up.
said, "Don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what
She
else."
just
Okay.
fell and died.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened? And they collapsed. Okay.
And
Bro,
I-
she's just lying.
I didn't think that would hurt her. I thought that the Wednesday hurt her.
Listen to me. That's not what happened to you.
The detective interrupts her when she tries to claim she thought it was a seizure. The more someone tells a lie, the more confident they may become about it. And the detective doesn't want that to happen here. Instead, he wants
What?
to shake Lindsay's confidence so that she'll continue to get closer to confessing what really happened to Hannah.
It is, I promise.
No, that's not what happened.
When
And you
Lindsay
didn't
makes
call
this
her.
declarative statement,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The kid was having a fucking seizure and you didn't even call the fucking 911. The kid's going, and you go, yeah, she'll walk it off. She'll walk it off. Oh my god, at worst,
Desmond,
I mean,
one
at
of her
best, you're
palms
a
is up
terrible
while the other
fucking,
is facing down.
you're a
This
terrible
indicates that
babysitter,
she
at
may
best.
feel conflicted about what she is saying, as it is an unconfident body position.
No,
If she'd been
she's
feeling confident
she's
in her
pushing this
statement,
guy and she's
both
raising this guy
palms
up
would
because this guy's
likely
pressing
have been
her.
down.
It
The
is.
doctor
pressing.
said when this injury occurred, she was out. We've come a long way. We got past that. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right there. You're right there.
Confrontation with evidence counter to a suspect's story is commonly employed by the
Oof.
Reed interrogation method. What's interesting here is the investigators using medical forensic evidence in this case. Often it's crime scene or statement evidence, so this is interesting to see in an interrogation.
Thank you.
Oh,
When I
now
opened
that
the
she...
door, I dropped her.
Ah!
And I
Ah!
slipped and fell.
So
Oh,
what
and she slipped and fell.
So I slipped on her blanket when I opened the door, and we both went down.
And she fell on
and
top
she
of the
hit
kid.
that concrete step really hard
happened? Where at? On her head?
on her face.
Where?
Yeah, 'cause I was.
Are
holding
you
her
fucking
on the
kidding
left
me?
side.
So
When
she
I
fell on top
slipped,
of the kid.
hit her side. I actually hit my head on the door coming down, but she smacked her face, her head really hard on that concrete step.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then you didn't
We
call
got her.
911.
I tried to get her to come to.
Shake! Did you see that? She said I tried to she was gonna say she tried to shake her. Like, shake the kid, come through. Oh, bro.
She did ask me for a donut and couch out in the garage, not inside, but she did when we first walked in and Jason walked out.
Oh, yeah,
Did I
inside she
say
wasn't
asked
talking.
that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I fell and she fell.
Where were you at when you fell?
Against the door, trying to get.
Dude,
the
she's
door-
just
the door
lying.
open. I was
Like, at
holding
this
her, and the
point.
blanket was kind of like falling because he had handed her to me, and I put her down, and then I picked her. No, he put her down, and when he walked out the door, I picked her
At
up
this point, you're just a liar.
with the blanket, and it got tangled up. And when I opened up
She
the
said
door,
she slipped,
it got
not
tangled,
tangled.
and I slipped.
Finding her
Okay.
revised answer to still be unsatisfactory,
Okay.
Lindsay changes her story yet
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
This is perhaps the most
I
disturbing
slipped.
version since it describes what must have been a very painful event for Hannah. Still, this version doesn't make logical sense.
Yeah.
If it truly were an accident, Lindsay would have had no need to lie about it the entire time. Hannah was someone
I
she
mean-
took care of almost as frequently as her own biological
I
children.
mean, people could be
If she
fucking
was
afraid.
responsible for an accident that led to Hannah's death,
Yeah,
it's
she'd be
reasonable to
crying,
expect
bro.
that
She'd
Lindsay
be
would feel
crying.
tremendous guilt and
Yeah.
express remorse over what happened. However,
She's
she's not
protecting
done
herself.
this yet, which could suggest that it wasn't an accident.
She's a
Back
fucking
to
cunt.
under the chin here. This
Message my
absolutely
mom
did
to
not
get her to
happen
come
from a
over, bro.
fall on a flat driveway.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe you.
Okay.
How
I believe
So
you.
what happened to her neck?
I do not know. I thought it was the gravel in the fall.
Oh, come on.
We remember we went through this and you told us how you agreed with us that some of this stuff is
Yeah,
older.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the exact
Yeah,
same.
they're gonna press her eyes. They're gonna press her
size
eyes. Watch.
as the fresh ones.
Watch.
And they look very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So either has she fallen on that very same gravel a couple of times, different stages?
It could be. I don't know.
Or-
They have gravel.
She held the kid.
I think you
She
know
held
about
the
these
kid
two.
and fucking moved
I
her.
don't know about this.
Yeah, you do. I think you do.
don't.
I think you do.
I honestly
I think you're
don't.
bullshitting me, bro.
Yeah.
Why would you think I know?
I'm positive you do.
Because you just lied to us.
Yeah, you just lied to us
How
several
many
times.
Lie.
Well,
Well, you are.
Oh,
you didn't even
come
have
on,
time
you
to
lied
tell
so
us
many
what happened with the fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
press her eyes.
Yeah.
And we understand you called for help.
No, but you didn't. No, but you
We're
didn't.
not
Should I call
getting mad
911?
at
Should
you
I call
or
911?
anything.
Fucking dumb
We
bitch.
just want to know what happened. We want to know everything that happened.
Should I
We
call
want to know
911?
how that happened. We want to know how that happened. We want to
Yeah.
know how the fingers, these things happened.
You see, it looks like fingers, bro. The marks are in the shape of fingers, and they're all the same size. You know, she clearly grabbed the fucking kid and like moved her.
This morning, the doctors called and said,
It was a
tell us
3-year-old
what happened,
kid.
what you're being told.
Yeah.
The doctor said, no.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
The
don't
doctor
know.
said, nah.
I really don't.
and here's another thing, okay? Dad, obviously, every time she comes home with a new scrape or bruise,
Mm-hmm.
Dad
Yeah,
asks her.
yeah. What
Yeah.
happened? And the first
you
response
told.
is you,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
But he's doing what any other dad would say.
First response
So what
is
is
you,
she telling
motherfucker.
Dad, whenever he says, what happened here? What happened there? What happened
Lindsay,
here?" What's
Lindsay.
the one
Lindsay.
word
Lindsay,
or one
Lindsay.
thing she is saying?
I
Lindsay.
don't know.
Babysitter.
Oh, babysitter, my
This
bad.
statement isn't exactly true. As we heard earlier, that statement actually came from David, Hannah's grandfather.
But he's pushing her.
Perhaps the detectives are using Jason to elicit
Oh,
an
he
emotional
forgot. Oh, he
response
forgot.
based off of the personal relationship he had with Lindsay.
I really don't know what to say.
Start with these. How do these get here?
I
Bro,
didn't
those are
do that.
fingers.
I don't know.
Okay.
I really didn't do that. I don't
How
know.
does this happen?
I slapped her upside the head.
With what?
I slapped her. I slapped her upside the head. She just said it like that. I slapped her upside the head. You hit a 3-year-old kid, dog, on the head. How do you slap her? Oh, I tripped and fell and slapped her.
Open, closed.
Yeah, open.
When Lindsay shrugs here, only one shoulder
Open.
goes up.
Open.
According to body language analysis,
Okay.
one shoulder shrug indicates that the person isn't confident with their response. So, even though this is a pretty huge admission for Lindsay to make during such a serious
She's a
investigation,
cunt, bro. She's a
could
cunt.
she still be hiding something?
Yeah,
She
she's
may
still
think
hiding.
that if she's honest
Yeah,
about
she's
a
still
relatively
hiding.
smaller incident,
No, it's not a small
investigators
incident,
will
bro.
see her as honest and believe her story about
Not a
the
small
big
incident.
incident.
Sorry, not a
The
small incident.
investigators
Sorry.
remain calm and non-judgmental as she admits to why she slapped Hannah. If they had a strong reaction, she would be less likely to admit to doing
Yeah, she was being
anything else.
mischievous. She's gonna say.
What caused that?
Well, she was mischievous.
She took all of the. I don't know why she was in trouble. She took all the ketchup out and squirted it into the toilet while I wasn't looking.
That's frustrating.
And I'm like, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I see
What
that
else has she done that
Hannah.
day? Is this like a culmination of things building up?
Mischievous.
What day was that?
Was it
This
last
week?
week? This week?
This week? Early this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And I
yes.
didn't think that I hurt her. I really didn't.
After she changed several aspects of her story, Lindsay eventually began to admit that she actually was the reason behind some of the wounds found all over Hannah's body. After an hour of digging, investigators were finally striking the answers they were looking for. Answers that
Congrats to
coincided
Uncle for
with
winning
Hannah's
500 bucks, man. I
injuries.
need to get on that
So
shit,
what
but
caused this?
who gives a
I
fuck?
smacked her on the chin for doing the ketchup. That was the same thing.
I need to start doing
This is
the
same
heel Mikey
incident.
dates.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
Oh, the
This is
same.
not a smack. I just want to tell you right now, this is not a deep bone contusion from an open-handed smack. Okay? Knowing that.
I didn't.
No,
I wasn't
listen.
like that.
Listen. Knowing that we know that, what happened here?
The same thing. It was the same incident.
Tell us though.
So
what
she
happened
hit her a
with
couple of
these
times.
Specific bruises.
When she was, I caught her doing the ketchup.
I'll go
Yeah,
next
took
time.
it
I'll go
away.
next time.
And I put her on the potty because I think she had to go pee anyway. And I said, Hannah, you can't do the ketchup.
She hit her with a
And I
quick.
got mad.
She hit it with a quick 1-2, guys. She hit it with the uppercut and then the hook. Actually, instead of 1-2, she hit it with a 5-3. You know, she went bam, bam, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She went 5-3. She went 6-3. That's what she did.
Slapped her on the side of the head and went like
Oh,
that.
come on. Oh, and she went.
Yeah, like that.
How many times? Don't say
Oh,
once.
bro.
Because look, bruise.
Yeah.
bruise.
Bro.
Does he give you
bro.
permission to discipline? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, spank and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, that ain't
I
permission.
don't really spank. I don't even know why I was mad.
No,
that
you don't
day.
So these
spank,
were
you
close
just hit her in the
fists, like
fucking
uppercut.
face. Yeah, you don't spank, you hit her in the face, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. This was
Yeah!
an open-handed smack. Was it really
Uppercut,
open-handed?
Yeah.
close fisted.
The bruises on the chest.
Honestly,
Listen.
no, I believe you.
Do you see the pattern here?
Yes.
Deny.
How about this big one down here?
I did not touch her chest. I'm definitely telling you the most positive
Bro.
truth. I did not touch her chest.
Okay. So look.
But I was mad that day.
Let's look at this. Okay.
And we also, sorry.
You beat the kid up, you piece of
We
shit.
also know exactly what these are.
Hands,
Yeah.
fingers. Fingers.
In all these cases, they're consistent. I mean, you can
Fingers.
literally take
Grab them.
100 of them and put them up on the board right here, and they're
Grab
all
them.
going to have the same exact bruises. And anyone who knows what they're talking about or what they're looking at will say, this is this, this
Yeah.
is this, this is
Should I get a
this,
lawyer?
this
Am I
is
gonna get in
this.
trouble?
That's up to you. Okay. We
Handprints.
want to know what happened.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
why I
tell
asked you if he gives you permission to
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Handprints, that's
I
what that
mean,
is.
what's discipline and what's not. Look, she's not yours.
Right.
Well,
Honestly, I don't like kids that aren't mine either.
Oh my
Does that make me a
God.
bad person? I really
I
don't.
do like kids that are mine.
Yeah.
I have a
Well,
lot.
then you were
I just-
different then.
I had a lot of. I've had some things going on. I had a miscarriage 2
Oh,
weeks ago.
come on.
That
So you
was
took it
really
on the
traumatic,
fucking
and I
kid?
had her
How
4
long were
days.
you?
14
So you-
weeks.
So you took it on the kid?
How long ago was this?
Right at the end of February.
Have you been trying to have
Yeah.
another one? Been having a hard time?
Yeah.
Do you know about her
This is
mother?
the second miscarriage.
Do you know about her mother? Do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
anything about the mother?
Yeah.
Does that piss you off?
Yes, and I
This
don't know
is
why
how
I
to do.
hurt her. I don't know why I even slapped her or was even
No, I'm
mad.
talking
I know
about
why
the-
I was. It was me.
Does her mother piss you off?
Yes.
Yes.
Hardcore. Because I
Because
would
you're
never...
trying to have a child.
Yeah, she beat the kid up because she was jealous that a drug addict, a crackhead, was gonna have a fucking kid and she couldn't have the kid. What the fuck? She's demonic.
Trust me, I know.
What the
I've gone
fuck?
through this.
Investigators are reinforcing the sense of sincerity to keep
Bro.
Lorenzi open and talking.
I went through this. Me and my wife went through this for like 7 years.
Oh, she's
And you see all
a
these
monster.
kids
I have
popping out
babies.
these kids that can't take care of them and don't even want them. Pisses you
And
off.
I don't do anything when I'm pregnant. Not that I drink or smoke or anything anyway, but like, I won't even like drink coffee when I'm pregnant.
Yep.
Dude, no,
Yeah.
but you beat kids up, bro. You beat kids up, which is worse than drinking coffee when you're pregnant. You beat them up. The fuck wrong with you, you fucking piece of shit?
Bad time.
Oh
Yeah.
Sounds
no.
like it.
You have.
Your husband, what is it, fiance?
We got married, but we didn't sign a marriage certificate.
Your husband's never home.
Oof.
He tries, but yeah, I'm by myself all the
I think
time.
that's so
Oh,
frustrating
poor
for
you.
Dad.
Oh, poor you, bro. You got taken care of. People take care of you. They pay for your food. They pay for everything. You get paid to babysit a girl. Oh, poor you. Look at your hard life. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. How about society starts paying for you living in prison? How about that? Does that sound like a good trade? Yeah, we can feed her, bro. We can feed her in prison. Yeah. And then she can catch a couple of
No,
beans.
They don't work together.
they do, but like they don't.
They don't go out. and say,
Yeah,
Any
it sounds
different
perfect.
food?
Put her behind bars.
No, he does though.
Tell her
He
she's
does.
gonna.
He's every once in a while.
So you're
That
out
make you
even
mad?
longer.
Oof.
Yeah.
The consented search of her phone
Oof.
yielded proof that her and her husband's marriage was not as good as she tried to make it seem to
Oof.
detectives. The couple generally argued over text message to refrain from exposing their daughters to their myriad of problems. In reality, they fought quite frequently. Just 2 days before the incident, Lindsay had found TJ in their garage drinking with colleagues after work, instead of spending his
Well-
very limited free time with her and their daughters.
Well,
Needless to say, Lindsay was
Listen.
outraged at this show of inconsideration.
Listen.
They bickered about this via text message for
Listen, if this was my wife, yo, I'd be with the boys too. Yo, if my wife looked like this, I'd be with the boys too. You know what I mean? Come on. How can you blame him? What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck?
days straight leading up to the incident. Lindsay may have felt like she had very little control over her problems with TJ, his drinking,
Oh,
and her
yeah.
struggles with
Oh,
getting
yeah, but she
pregnant.
could beat the living
But
shit
the
out
one
of the
thing
kid.
she did have control over was the kids.
Oh, you're a
She
piece
may
of
have
shit.
felt like she could exert her power over them when she didn't have power or control in other situations in her life.
See, this is why you can't. See, this is why you shouldn't be with a beta bitch, bro. This is why you shouldn't be with a beta bitch, and you need yourself a strong honey. All right, because a beta bitch is gonna take it out on the kids, dude. Like, what the
She'd
fuck?
also dole out whatever punishment she saw fit, and no one would intervene.
But I love babysitting. I love my life.
I love babysitting. You love beating the shit out of kids. That's what you love doing. You fucking piece of shit bully. Oh, she's gonna have a great time in prison.
I really do. I want another kid. I want to watch more kids.
Oh, she
You
wants
know, have you
more
ever
kids.
had with your other
Oh, and you think you're gonna get another kid when you're fucking, bro, when the kid that you were watching has brain hemorrhage, her brain is bleeding, bro. Her brain is bleeding because of you. You think you're gonna get other kids? Nah, hell no. The only kids you'll be playing with are the kids that get born in prison, bro. Those are the only kids. Those are the only kids you're ever gonna fucking see.
other ones postpartum depression or anything
Oh
like
my
that?
God.
I don't know when that,
Oh, you're gonna blame
Starts.
depression. Go fuck yourself.
but
The
Go
second
fuck
one
yourself.
really bad.
Go fuck
The
yourself.
mention of postpartum
Go fuck
depression
yourself.
is part of the Reed technique
Go
method to
fuck
shift
yourself.
blame from Lindsay towards something
Yeah.
else.
It's a good
In this
technique
case,
by
the
the fucking guys.
circumstances of the
cops.
miscarriage.
And you're being honest with this.
Yeah.
Every day, the
Yeah,
hard
she
part
doesn't.
is just saying it out loud because you probably haven't even said it out loud yet, right? You told DJ about it.
You
about
beat
how
the
you feel
kids.
about maybe going too far with Hannah.
it's too much. It's too much on one person.
It was a
You
lot.
got
Oh,
it
it's
out,
a lot.
okay?
You got it out.
Let's finish it. Let's get it all the way through.
Yeah, let's finish
okay?
you off, bro. Let's
Probably
finish
the
you
same
off and take it to
incident.
prison.
Was it the same incident?
What happened?
Hannah, you know better.
Pop, 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 pop,
I
pop.
wasn't even trying to hurt her. I was trying to get her
Well, this-
attention.
Oh,
didn't hurt her.
come on, dog. Yo, she just let out a fucking 20-hit combo on the kid. It wasn't even trying to hurt her, bro. She goes like this. Hannah, you know better. I wasn't even trying to hurt her, officer. You're gonna trust me, officer. I did uppercut the kid, but I wasn't trying to hurt her. Go fuck yourself, bro.
This stuff's not what hurt her. I mean, it may have hurt, obviously, but she's
Yeah.
being disciplined.
And I'm not like that. I really am not an aggressive
Oh my
person.
God.
I've never even like,
Well, normally, but these aren't normal
no,
circumstances.
I'm not normal right now.
No,
I'm not.
no.
The detective is
You know what?
downplaying
You're
the
not gonna.
injuries to make it
No,
easier
you're not
for
gonna be
Lindsay to
normal in
keep
prison
talking
either,
and
bro.
admit to what really caused
You're not gonna be
Hannah's
normal in
traumatic
prison.
brain injury.
Oh my God, she can't even punch. She can't even fucking punch, dude. What the fuck is that? Look, she's doing a 20-hit combo and she's punching like this. Come on, dog. You're even bad at fucking
Story
beating
is coming
people.
apart piece
Go
by
fuck
piece
yourself.
as she continues to fold under the pressure of the
No.
interrogation.
End of February, you have the miscarriage. Okay, these are at different stages of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Was there other times where you've got her in the chest where some are healing and some aren't?
No, but I remember one morning she was.
Yeah, I did say that one. I did say that. I slipped that one in. Listen, I get nervous in these tough situations and I make jokes that are maybe somewhat insensitive. Okay. Yes, I did say, bro. Like what? Okay, no.
I just kind of like squeezed her when I picked her up, like, cause Jason was.
No, but here's the thing though. If you don't know how to fight and if you don't know fighting, if you've never fought, you don't know how much damage you could be doing to somebody. You know what I mean? You don't even know how much force you're putting in. Because she's like, I didn't even hit it that hard. Bro, I'm sorry, but a kid, if I go like this to a kid, that kid's going flying, bro. I'm sending him flying. If I go like this to a kid with that, bro, the kid weighs what? 20 kilos. She's 3 years old. How much does she weigh? 17 kilos. Bro, I'm sorry. You go like this to the kid and the kid goes flying. Go fuck yourself.
late,
You should
and
know
that
this.
morning he
And
was,
that's
should
what
know
these
this.
are.
yeah, probably.
These are little pinch bruises.
No,
Yeah,
come
where
in
I
here, buddy.
Squeezed her from,
The shirt does that.
because
Squeezed. Oh.
Jason was like, no, I gotta go, I'm in a hurry, because she kept wanting to give him more kisses, which is
Oh.
normal. He's like, will you grab her?
Oh, and you're jealous of the fucking kid because she gets kisses and people love her, and you are in a loveless marriage because you're fucking hideous. So you're actually jealous of the kid. Ooh, because nobody's gonna kiss you ever again. Hey, you know what? I think there's gonna be a couple of women in prison that are gonna wanna kiss you. Yeah, I think you can find that. I think you can find that. Piece of shit.
I remember grabbing her up and squeezing her like, Hannah, you gotta stop,
Okay.
your dad's gotta go.
Okay.
I remember doing that.
Once he admits that the
Listen, how can you be a hideous, psycho, and evil? Like, pick one. Hey, I used to think God doesn't punish twice. Okay? But apparently, yeah, she ugly and she a piece of shit.
bruises on Hannah's shoulders were a product
beginning
of her
to think
handling
that
the
John
toddler
was correct.
roughly. At this point, she's told the investigators about
Oh,
almost
bro.
all the
Okay.
bruises and scratches found on Hannah's body.
Oh, fucking
All but the one that ultimately sent her to the hospital.
And now that we're being honest, we got everything out on the table, right?
Who that?
Tell us about when with the step, when she fell.
Who
on your
that?
head.
The interrogator
Who's
is
Keegan?
developing the narrative at this point and reinforcing the first part of the confession.
Because I don't.
Not the fall.
Listen.
No,
I'm.
I'm honestly telling
Was
you the
she?
truth.
Were you mad?
No,
when you
no,
dropped
it's
her
okay.
off?
No, don't
What
worry.
did-
It's okay.
Not at all.
You're
Did
good.
something happen
You're good.
Thursday
You're good.
morning
No,
that made you mad?
You're
No.
good. Don't worry.
Because I mean,
No,
it's.
not at
Yeah,
all.
listen,
One thing.
listen. Winter, it's okay. Winter, it's okay. I don't get jealous. It's okay. You good. Listen, if my viewers go to him and they find him more entertaining than me, then I'm fucking up. It's on me. It's my fault. I'm not gonna be a beta bitch streamer who's gonna be like, oh my god, why are you promoting somebody else's fucking stream? You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people. I believe in myself.
I mean,
Anyways,
the fall-
it's okay. Bro, it was come on, Horsecock, don't press it, bro. It was clearly a mistake. It's okay.
I don't want to say convenient, but now that
Why are
you're
you
being
pressing
honest
her,
with us
bro?
now-
Listen, Horsecock, how would I press you? If anybody did that in Dunkel's stream, bro, if Latina linked somebody else's stream in Dunkel's stream, imagine the reaction he would have. Holy shit. You think she went easy on the kid, bro. What Dunkel would say to Latina, she would have gone easy on the kid.
You're telling us everything.
Oh.
And we know, kind of have an idea of your
Yeah.
mindset.
That's all that happened.
You've
Because I
been
hurt
through
myself
some.
too. I bruised myself right here, trying to catch
Okay,
myself.
so tell us.
Nah, don't worry,
exactly
dude. It's okay.
I bruised myself.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Can I
on.
see
She
your-
bruised herself here.
Your knuckles?
The palm of the hand.
Yeah, right there.
Bro.
Did you hit her in the
Bro.
head with it?
No,
Did-
no, not at all. No.
I was gonna say that's the exact plays with which she used to hit the kid with. Right? Yeah.
I'm
Because
positive.
here's the thing.
I'm dead.
That
Here-
absolutely matches with what we're dealing with.
The
Yeah.
fall is not what knocked her
No.
unconscious. What knocked her unconscious?
It's really not.
I did not. I would
No,
never
you
hurt
did.
anybody that bad.
Oh,
We did
come
fall.
on.
We showered. Yeah. Because I was trying to get her to come too.
How hard?
Me.
I mean, prior to her passing out.
Dude, listen, boys, listen. If you ever want to find out, bro, what the difference between me and other streamers is, do that in that chat. See the reaction that they get. See the reaction they gave you, bro. They're gonna ban your ass. I don't ban you. Alright, keep going, boys.
Is that what caused this? Here's the
Dude,
thing. I
imagine-
don't think
imagine
you're
if you
strong
did that,
enough or
bro.
Big enough to strike.
You
her
get banned.
No.
to
You get
cause
pressed.
pain.
No, I
And I don't
never
think a
do
doctor
that.
would either.
No, and I didn't hit her
Uh,
Thursday at all.
Too many females on
Yeah,
time.
we
You did not hit her.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
I did not
fell,
hit
she
her.
smacked her head.
Oh, come on. And you shook her, and you shook her, and you shook
We
her,
got
and you
up and I
shook her.
shook her, trying to get her to come too.
Fucking
I'm
stupid dumb
talking,
bitch.
this takes a shaking.
And I
Fucking
remember like putting her
stupid.
on my thing, I sat down like this
Stupid.
on the floor. And I was like,
No, she almost leaked it before. Remember when I said it? She was saying a shh, right? Yeah. She shook a fucking 3-year-old kid. Yeah, no, she almost leaked it before, but they didn't press her on it. When she said that the kid fell and she fell on the kid, she said, yeah, I shook. She said, and then she said, I try to get her to come. I try to get her to come, right? That's what she said. She said, Try to get her to come because she realized that you shouldn't fucking shake babies.
Holding her, like, spread, like, her legs over like that. I'm like, Hannah, wake up, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, do you want some juice? What's wrong with you? Why are you waking up?
Come on, you fucking brain dead imbecile, bro. You, like, the kid fell, hit her head, and then this bitch shakes her. Nah, you're going to prison.
Why are you waking up? You're
What
up.
did she do to make you shake her?
She
She
didn't wake
wasn't
up.
answering me.
No, I'm not talking about.
This is
I'm
before
not-
the fall you're talking. Before she would have went unconscious. Something had to have happened.
Tell us what happened.
No,
Well, so she didn't want him to go to work. And he's like, I gotta go. So he rushed out, and I was like, Hannah, you can't do that. Daddy's gotta go to work.
You shook her.
Yeah. I shook her.
Oh,
and I
no,
was picking her
no,
up
no.
and squeezing her, and we did fall. But she,
Nah, bro, listen, that's not the truth. That's not the true story. I'll show you boys what actually happened. I'll show you boys what actually happened. So this is the kid. So this is the kid, right? Actually, so this is the kid. So she grabs the kid, and she goes, Hannah, don't do that. Hannah, don't do that. Oh my god, Hannah, baby, are you okay? Hannah, baby, are you okay? Hannah, baby, are you okay? That's what she did, bro. That's what she did to the kid. Cause, dude, the kid has a brain bleed in the head, dude. The kid's got injuries on the neck, on the arms, on the chest, everywhere. This bitch, people elbowed her, man. You know, and she did that, and you're gonna ask me, but Minnie, why would people elbow her? You know, well, it's because it's the most action she's gotten, because she's a hideous fucking piece of shit, out of shape too. Go fuck yourself. That's why, bro. That's why.
and she did ask me for donut and couch.
Oh my
before
god.
How hard did you shake
Yo, did she ask you for a fucking beating too? You fucking horrible piece of shit of a woman.
her? Like, what was the shake?
Nah, she's a horrible human being.
She was in trouble.
Show me. Yeah. Then you were angry.
Yeah.
This is the answer detectives have been looking for. According to Lindsay, she aggressively shook Hannah before she fell unconscious.
Bro, I have
which was likely what caused her cranial injury and subsequent fainting
Oh
spell.
my god, dude. Oh
How many
my
times
god.
did you shake her?
Oh my god,
How
dude.
long?
How many seconds?
How many
Oh
seconds?
my
I
god,
mean,
dude.
just enough to where.
Oh
Hannah, you know
no.
better than to do that. Why would you do that? Your dad's late. We can't do that. You know better than
Bro,
that. What are we
stop.
gonna do
You
tomorrow
know,
morning?
okay, you have how many fucking children? You have how many fucking children? And you babysit for the kid? You know you shouldn't be doing that, you fucking horrible piece of shit.
Like until she's whining, until
Oh
she stops
my
whining.
god, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it was a.
You sure
Yeah, I
until
got
she
the
stopped
Valentina.
whining?
I got the Valentina.
When I picked her up.
Hey,
Or
listen,
replace the-
eventually I'm gonna get a fucking, listen. Eventually, okay, these motherfuckers are gonna sponsor me. Watch. Just fucking watch. Trust me.
Like when you picked her up, actually.
Wait,
stopped
she's a
whining.
babysitter?
Did she
Yeah,
stop
she
whining?
killed the
Yeah.
fucking kid who
So
she
you
was
shook her for about
babysitting,
5
bro.
seconds. You picked her up.
She killed the fucking
Then
kid
you
who was
walk in the house.
babysitting. Well, I don't know if she
That's
killed her,
when
but
you
she
know
gave
she
her a
was
brain bleed.
unconscious.
Yeah. Well, we
Kid's
fell.
bleeding
We
out of
didn't
her
fall.
brain, bro.
I'm not lying
Why
about
did you
that.
fall?
Because I slipped on the blanket and
Oh,
stuff.
I slipped
did
on the
fall.
Snatch
blanket,
her up real
bro.
quick and going in the house because you were angry still? Is that what caused you to
Yeah,
fall,
how
you
did you
think?
fall?
Bro, honestly, listen. Honestly, she might have done this, bro. Honestly, look. I give you guys the people's elbow, but listen, this is what actually she might have done. She might have said, Hannah, go fuck yourself. And kicked her. Okay, that's what she might have done. Hannah, no, don't do that. Boom, kicked her. Bro, she's a horrible piece of shit.
Yeah, because I. Well, 'cause I'm
Oh,
gonna slip
probably.
This
She
story
went-
that Lindsay tells detectives is particularly interesting because, according to Jason, there was an incident at some point in December 2017 where Lindsay called him at work to say that she had just taken Hannah to urgent care. Her story then has some similarities to the one that Lindsay has just told detectives. At the time, she claimed that Hannah had tripped over her blanket when
Oh,
leaving
yeah,
the
she
kitchen
changed it several
and
times.
hit her face
7
on the
or
concrete
11.
floor. However, this incident didn't appear on Hannah's records because, according to Jason, Lindsay claimed to have checked Hannah in under her own daughter's name in order to have her insurance pay for the visit to the doctor.
Oh my god,
Though
she
he
didn't take
said
her.
that Lindsay told him Hannah was medically cleared, Jason never saw any paperwork.
She didn't
However,
take
the
her.
little girl had 2 black eyes, a lump between her eyebrows and on her nose, and her nose was swollen. Around this same time, Lindsay's internet history shows that she had Googled
Oh
how to
no.
watch a toddler who might have a concussion.
Oh my
Still, what is
god.
most interesting about all of this is that the police checked Lindsay's
Bro.
daughter's medical history, and there was no record of the visit. In fact, according to her medical history, Lindsay's daughter hadn't been seen by a doctor since November 2016.
Dude.
There was also no medical
Let me
entries at
guess,
the
she got
hospital
15
under Hannah's
years.
name for this.
I mean, look, I don't like it, okay? I don't like it, okay? I don't like it at all. But premeditated murder is kind of the only one that gets you premeditated, and probably more than one murder is the one that gets you whack, right? Is the one that gets you the gulag. Yeah, it's probably like 15 to 20 years, because they're gonna say negligence and shit like that, right? Because she didn't actually mean to kill her. It's not like she stabbed her or anything. So yeah, she's gonna get 10 years maybe. I don't think she'll get more than 20 at all.
Incident.
I don't think she gets more than 20 at all.
You noticed
You know what we should do? We should start doing polls, dude, for how many years they get.
she was
Actually, we do
unconscious?
that. Slash
From the
poll.
ball? Yes.
No. The fall's not what.
How many years, bro?
Well, the shake might have, but I didn't notice that. I just
But
picked her
Life,
up.
I don't
She's
think
not
so.
right. That's what
While you
I'm
were
saying.
shaking.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You had a hold of her
20
and you don't know if
plus,
she's
I don't
conscious or
think
not.
so.
I didn't.
You fall down.
I didn't think
she
that.
hits the ground.
10,
Shake her some more, try to wake her up.
Yeah.
5.
Lindsay confessed to having physically struck Hannah on multiple occasions.
How many
in the
years,
week
boys?
leading up to her
I think she's gonna
death,
get
including slapping and hitting
5 to
Hannah
10.
on the head, uppercutting Hannah on the chin with a closed fist,
Yeah.
poking her in the chest hard enough to leave bruises,
Although,
and grabbing and
although, if it's repeated, right? If it's repeated thing, oh, she gets more. Heat of the moment is like a crime of passion, horsecock. So you didn't want to kill somebody, but they said something, and you turned around and you shot them, and then you went like, oh no, why did I do that? You got less years for that than if you actually plan it and you say, okay, how am I gonna kill this guy? You know?
squeezing her tightly.
Yeah, I'll
You
put
feel
it on a
sorry?
4-year-old.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Now that you've laid it all
She's gonna
out,
lie.
I
Life.
cry.
you feel responsible for everything
I'm
that
sure that
happened.
life.
I feel
What
weird.
would you say to Dad if you could talk to him right now?
I'm sorry.
I think she's gonna get 10
Crime
to
is usually
15,
taken as
actually.
an
10 to
inference of
15.
guilt during interrogations. But this late in the game, it's not something investigators need to
And-
develop at this point.
And it matters if the kid died or if she didn't. And we don't know if the kid's dead or not. We don't know if the kid's fucking dead or not. If the kid dies, it's homicide. If not, it's assault, right?
Point, as they've already got a full confession. But
Which
the
is
question
different.
remains.
Which is
Why?
different, bro.
What-
If the
what
kid
would-
dies,
what would you say if
ooh.
he asked why?
Lonely and frustrated and sad.
Lonely and frustrated and
know what
ugly
you
and
probably
out of
ask.
shape, and go
I'm
fuck
gonna
yourself,
ask you,
bro.
why her?
Go fuck yourself. Why not your own fucking children?
Why he? You know.
Because
he-
of mischievous stuff.
Why-
The other ones don't
Yeah.
do
Why
that.
am I? He's gonna.
Oh,
wanna
so you
know
would have beaten
why
your
my
kids
daughter-
too? Oh my god. Yo, by saying that she was the mischievous one, she literally just said she would have done that to the other kids. Holy fuck. Bro, she literally just leaked. She literally just leaked that she would have done that to all the fucking kids. What a piece of shit.
Out of the 4 that's there, why my daughter?
Interestingly, police spoke with parents.
Oh, you know what, bro? She's ugly. Add an extra 5 years. If you're ugly, you get bumped up, bro.
children who Lindsay
20,
also
20.
babysat.
I'm betting
According
20.
to one person,
I'm betting
whose
20.
child had been in Lindsay's care for a year and a half. They never noticed any injuries on their child. Another person, whose daughter was also looked after by Lindsay for a year, said that their child never had any bruises or complained of being
Oh,
hurt.
I'm dropping it to
What I
15.
just said is
Go
some
on
of
to
the
15.
mischievous things and frustration.
I'm dropping it 15, bro. 15.
Okay.
Following this
15
interrogation,
without
Lindsay was escorted out
with
of the
parole.
interrogation room, arrested, and booked into jail.
15 with
Hannah
parole.
Weshy never recovered from her injuries and passed
Oh,
away
no,
in
man,
the
20.
hospital 9 days later on March 18th from
Oh,
what
it's a
doctors
homicide now.
called tremendous brain damage.
Oh, it's a homicide, bro.
Death
Nah,
would officially
20.
turned this case into a homicide investigation.
Yeah.
After
20 with
she's told
parole.
she's
No
under
parole. No
arrest,
parole. No parole.
Lindsay oddly asks if there are a bunch of people back there and if she's going to be embarrassed. This
Oof.
may be a sign of her narcissistic traits. She
Oof.
appears to care more about what other people will think of her rather than about the little girl
I
she
couldn't
took
be
care
any-
of for months.
Yeah, it's...
We spoke to someone who knew Lindsay personally, and they shared their opinion on a very different side of Lindsay than the one seen in interrogation.
She was a good
It's important to
woman.
note that any personal opinions shared belong to the
Look.
individual and therefore do not reflect Ewood.
Look, I will say this. In her defense, the postpartum depression shit and the losing a kid. Oof, bro, the hormones, they do a job on you as a human, and sometimes they can be hard to fucking predict, you know? But still, you gotta pay for what you did, dude. You know, she's
So
gonna
I
15.
know Lindsay because
She's
she
getting
dated
15.
my brother, and she dated him for years. She was the matron of honor in my dad's wedding, and my family, we love her. We love her like she's family still. She
Oh,
is
she's getting 15.
the sweetest person. Anyone that knows me, that knows her, if I've posted, they've commented, and they've all said the same thing. There's no way Lindsay could have done that.
Well,
As shocking as this case already is,
oh, she
perhaps
did.
the most intriguing aspect is actually Lindsay's trial, which would occur a year later in April of 2019. The ordeal lasted 8 days, and during medical personnel who treated Hannah testified to the fact that Hannah's head injury would have immediately preceded her falling unconscious, and therefore must have been sustained at Lindsay's house.
Yeah.
Footage of the interrogations was also played for the jurors, including the second interrogation where Lindsay repeatedly lied to detectives
Oh, and she
and
was...
ultimately admitted to being overwhelmed with Hannah.
Bro, and this bitch eating better than me, bro. She's eating pizza. Of course she'd be eating pizza, the goddamn pizza
In a
face.
surprising twist, despite her detailed confession,
No.
Lindsay took the stand at her trial and
oh.
vehemently denied having harmed Hannah at all
Oh, go
during
fuck
the
yourself.
day or week of the incident.
Nah, go fuck
She
yourself.
proceeded to claim that she was coerced into making false confessions because the
Oh.
detectives were being pushy and insinuating that Jason would take the fall if she didn't admit to something. In front of the jury, Lindsay insisted that Hannah did indeed just spontaneously pass out that morning.
Oh,
Not only that, but she
stop.
asserted that everything else she told
Okay.
detectives.
Yo, bump the years up, bro. Never mind. I was saying 10 to 15, then 15 to 20. Nah, give this bitch 20, bro. She's even lying. She's lying now. Nah, 20.
From the instances
She
of
can't
her
stop
angrily
herself.
hitting Hannah to
20.
Hannah squirting the
And you know what? She's ugly, so give her 25 plus.
ketchup in the toilet
25.
was
Add it.
all a lie she
Add
made
it, bro.
up to protect
25 to life.
everybody else.
Yes, I'm
She
25 to
didn't think
life.
she would actually get in trouble for those things.
25 to life
since
now.
They were all
She
simply
gotta go.
instances of what she referred to as
She
discipline.
gotta go. Nah, she gotta go. Nah, she
Despite
gotta go.
Lindsay's argument, there were a lot more factors working against her.
She gotta go, bro.
I don't see her ever being aggressive. Do I see her disciplining a child?
Oh, come
I
on.
can't imagine her spanking a
Okay, yo, hey, officers, can we open an investigation into this woman too, please? Okay, can we do that, please? Can we open up an investigation on that bitch now? Jesus Christ, yo, she just killed a kid from literal abuse, and you're gonna say she can't be abusive? Huh? Nah,
child. I could see
you're
her doing
dripping.
timeout
Nah, she's dripping.
or something like that.
She's
because
dripping.
she was a teacher. I can't imagine
She's dripping.
what could have gone wrong.
She's
I
dripping,
don't
bro.
even see her
Investigate her.
having a bad day that would
Oh,
warrant
come
what they're
on.
saying she did.
Jason had readily agreed to take a polygraph test and passed, while Lindsay refused to take hers.
No, but
Despite
polygraphs.
being notoriously unreliable, her refusal made it look like she had something to hide. There were also old text messages from Lindsay claiming that she was concerned about the possibility of Jason moving in next door and dumping his daughter on her all the time. The angry messages between
like
her and
the
her
kid.
husband that week didn't make her case any
She
better.
didn't like the kid.
She griped about how Jason was regularly behind on a couple $100s of her childcare payments. Then, of course, there were the pictures of the injuries that
Bro.
littered Hannah.
Bro, he works with your husband. He's going to pay you, or he loses the job. Like, what do you mean? He literally works for your husband, you pepega fuck. Like, he's going to pay you guys. Oh my god, dude.
Body.
Oh my god, bro. Apart from being a fucking, like, killer, she's not a real human. Holy shit.
The same injuries that made seasoned medical professionals sick to their stomachs. Jason testified that, to his knowledge, the bruises found on Hannah's ear, as well as the back and left side of her head, were not present when he dropped her at Lindsay's house the morning of March 8th. Jurors deliberated for 12 hours. When all was said and done, Lindsay Parton was found guilty of 4 counts of child endangerment, 1 count of involuntary manslaughter, and of the felony murder of 3-year-old Hannah Weshy. Lindsay was sentenced on May 9th, 2019 to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years,
15 years,
3
okay.
years for the count of felony child endangerment, which totaled at least 18 years in prison. But the case doesn't end here. She appealed the following year in September. However, the 12th District Court of Appeals stood behind the original verdict. The person we spoke to also had something to say about this.
She loved kids. I've seen her around children. She was around my brother's children, and she was wonderful with them. She has the patience of Job. Right now, I would leave my children alone with her. I would leave my...
Okay. Yo. Investigate that woman. I'm sorry. Investigate that woman right now. Nah, listen. Investigate that woman right now, bro.
My grandchildren alone with her and not think twice about it, even after all of this. Intuition alone is all I need to know that she didn't do it.
You're retarded.
I'm really upset, not only for Lindsay, but for that baby. To think that someone else did this and is getting away with it.
Yo, investigate her,
please. That infuriates me.
By the time
investigate her, please.
Rolled around, her and TJ were no longer together and actually weren't on speaking terms. He'd even refused to testify for her in court. In an ironic twist, TJ would end up in cuffs just 6 months later. In September 2019, TJ was arrested and indicted on multiple charges. He got out of prison on a $250,000 bond.
No, he didn't. I'm sorry. Arrested on a number of on inappropriate acts involving a child who was younger than 10, and he got out with $250,000. LTJ, bro. What the fuck? Why did the fucking kid diddler or whatever the fuck? Whatever the fuck he did that was inappropriate with a child. Why the fuck is he getting out with 250?
Multiple charges.
You disgust me. You were saying WTJ. Well, I didn't know.
He got out of prison on a $250,000 bond.
LJ.
On June 2nd, 2022, he took a plea deal, pleading guilty to a lesser charge of 1 count of aggravated assault.
What?
The rest of the charges were dropped. As of the release of this video, he has yet to be sentenced. Despite her conviction, to this day, Lindsay maintains her innocence. She insists that she was pushed into making those confessions, and furthermore, she's recently asserted that she can now prove her claims because of a photograph. In the photo, Hannah is sitting shirtless in a high chair, looking...
Bro. No lie. I didn't know she gave her cancer, bro. Look. She got cancer. She got cancer. This bitch gave her cancer.
Directly at the camera.
Come on, dog. No, I'm sorry.
There are 2 small circular bruises on her chest, right below her neck where the knots in her collarbone would be. This picture was taken on Hannah's first birthday, a year before Lindsay and Hannah...
I'm not a real piece of shit, bro. She looked like my dad. Oh, come on. Don't joke about that, bro.
...would meet for the first time. Lindsay claims that photo could possibly prove that Hannah had allegedly suffered a... before she began babysitting her. Though, of course, this has never been confirmed to be true. Still, Lindsay's family is trying to use this.
Bro, I believe you can laugh about death and everything. Okay?
But unless they can prove her allegations, Lindsay will sit in prison until at least 2036, and possibly for the rest of her life.
The kid is dead? No, not that. No. I'm not joking. No.
Disfrutando los nuevos tiempos.
Look, I don't know how to deal with it, okay? So I use comedy. I use comedy, bro. Fuck me, man. Dude, honestly though, poor fucking kid. Yo, poor kid, but the joke about the crackhead was so funny. Oh, dude, I have a problem. I have a problem. I can't stop myself from making jokes sometimes. Bro, and then saying she looked like my dad, bro. Come on, bro. Dad, I miss you, bro. I miss him. Oh. Oh my fucking god, bro. I'm an actual psychopath. I'm a psychopath, bro. I'm a psychopath. I'm a psychopath. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know, bro, okay? I laugh at everything. I laugh at everything, bro. I laugh at everything. I laugh at everything. When people tell me to stop laughing, it makes me laugh. No, stop. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Let's stop. Let's stop laughing. Stop laughing. Honestly, though, I didn't think she was gonna get fucking 10 years.
Why'd you get rid of that shirt?
It had pieces of my mother's brain stuck to it. I killed Josh with a sledgehammer, too.
This is 15-year-old Zachary Davis. He's just been brought in for questioning after a fire was discovered at his house.
He looks like the fucking Antichrist. Are you kidding me? Bro, he looks evil. He looks evil.
Why'd you get rid of that shirt?
It had pieces of my mother.
Bro, he even sounds evil. What the fuck?
Brain stuck to it. I killed Josh.
Oh my god, he sounds like a fucking crack addict who's been smoking 40 cigarettes a day. This is like an ancient ghost, bro. This is an ancient spirit. What the fuck?
This is 15-year-old Zachary Davis.
Oh my god, dude. This is 28-year-old MiniDonbeE. What the fuck? Jesus
Just been brought
Christ.
in for questioning after a fire was discovered at his house. Initially, the tragedy
He's gonna admit
appeared
to
to be
it,
nothing
like this.
more than an unfortunate accident.
Isn't he?
That is, until a body was discovered inside the home. Even more horrifying was the fact that the victim...
Oh, the victim was... Oh, the victim... Yeah, the victim was beaten. So this motherfucker beat her mum and then his mum and then burnt her.
His mother hadn't been killed by the flames, but by a sledgehammer before the fire was even started. In about 3 seconds, you'll see Zachary crack, but not in the way anyone expected.
Oh no, he's not cracking, bro.
Kind of evil when you did that. I'm gonna have to say. I think you know you're doing it.
In this never-before-seen interrogation footage, Zachary is brutally honest as he details his crime, and yet
why
his
are you
astonishing
smiling?
motive leaves investigators wondering how much of this chilling tale is the result of a disturbed mind or a series of cleverly concocted lies.
No. This
In the
motherfucker
early
possessed
hours
by
of
the
August
devil.
10th, 2012,
He's possessed by the
emergency
devil.
services were called to a house fire in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Inside the burning home, firefighters discovered the body of Melanie Davis lying on her bed, covered in blood and brutally disfigured. The single mom of 2 teenage boys worked as a paralegal and trained as a triathlete. Outside the home, one of her sons, 17-year-old Joshua
It's always a goddamn single mom, bro.
Davis,
Holy
waited
fuck.
with the police, but his younger brother, Zachary, was nowhere to be found. 4 hours later, and around 5 miles from the home, police spotted 15-year-old Zachary Davis as he walked alone down a road.
Oh my god,
attempting
dude.
to leave town.
Oh my god, dude. He looks like a fucking... Dude, he looks just like a drug addict of every kind of drug I've ever seen. He just looks evil.
He was subsequently picked up and brought to the Summer Country Sheriff's Office for questioning. His interview is just
Bro,
the
he
beginning
just
of a
looks
truly
evil. Look at
disturbing
him.
case.
He's
filled
trying to
with
make himself
shocking
look the most evil
allegations and
possible.
A series of twisted lies.
Yo, Nikki, don't be posting the devil
They're going out past Mitch's house, and that's what we
Bro,
found.
that devil emote is flirting. That one's... He's not flirting.
Cop shows and stuff, right? There's been police shows and things like that. You do have rights and stuff, and so before asking questions, you must understand your rights.
Not gonna lie, his jaw is the same as Jake Paul's. You know, Jake Paul's got the chin.
Want to go ahead and talk to us about what happened tonight? Yes, sure. Okay. If you do, just exactly what I want to do is make sure you understand that this is a waiver, right? Saying you're waiving your rights. What I'd like to do is make sure you can read and write. If you would, read that last paragraph out loud.
I've read this statement of my rights.
Why do you talk like this?
With his confirmation that he's waiving his rights, the interview gets underway.
You've never been in any trouble, have you?
No, sir.
So, no trouble in school, nothing like that?
No, sir.
One of the obvious unusual characteristics about Zachary is his lack of expression of emotion or emotional detachment. His monotone voice and flat facial expression are indications of a person who is either guarded and is consciously avoiding any show of emotion, or a person who struggles to express emotion because of some other issue, such as a psychotic disorder like schizophrenia, or a developmental disorder like autism spectrum disorder. Though he doesn't offer up a lot of information himself,
he's got MP syndrome.
Researched Zachary's family and began asking him about his past to get him comfortable with talking to them.
He's got MP syndrome, bro.
I understand that your father had passed away.
Yes, sir.
How did he pass away?
I killed him.
Gehrig's disease.
Oh my god, bro. Lou Gehrig's. Yo, it sounds like you have something called Lou Gehrig's.
Didn't bother you?
No, sir.
I was told that it bothered you. That you were upset about your dad. Is that not true?
No, sir.
So it is true?
No, sir.
Okay.
In 2007, the Davis family faced their
How-
first tragedy.
How does
but
a kid
certainly not their
who
last.
smells like that
The two boys lost
become
their
what he
father, Chris,
became?
to amyotrophic
Bro,
lateral.
these are normal kids. I'm sorry, these are normal kids. What happened?
Sclerosis, also known as ALS or Lou
ALS.
Gehrig's disease. Losing a parent is traumatic for any child, but despite his denials, his father's death impacted Zachary even more severely than most, and with consequences that would unfold years later. According to family, Zachary was already a quiet kid.
Oh,
but it
he began his transformation, bro. He's looking like he belongs in the Addams family. You know what I mean? He's looking like Frankenstein's monster right there. You know, yeah, Uncle Fester or something like that.
Old when his father died,
Yeah.
he became even more withdrawn. Following the tragedy, the family, now
he's not
just
even
Melanie
smiling
and her
anymore.
2 sons, moved to Sumner County. And though this was meant to be a fresh start,
Oh, he's not
things
even
would only
smiling
get worse
anymore.
for them once there. At 11, Zachary began to display strange behavior, though it isn't clear exactly what. But Melanie grew concerned enough to seek medical help.
And he doesn't have testosterone. Enough testosterone. He go gyno.
For her son.
Have you ever had
Yeah,
to
I
see a
know.
doctor for anything as far as having problems with thinking about things or anything?
I saw a few therapists shortly after I wasn't a very long direction of time.
What was that about? Who wanted you to see a therapist?
My mother.
She did. Okay, so it was just a couple times is all you saw him. How long ago was that?
A year that we moved here.
You remember what year that was?
2008, I think.
What were the reasons that your mama wanted you to go
Dude,
to?
I couldn't be the interrogator. I'd be running right now.
Zachary was diagnosed with a depressive disorder, but that was just the
I'd be
beginning.
running.
He also told doctors that he was hearing voices, including the voice of his deceased father,
he's a
and he was soon
schizophrenic.
diagnosed with psychosis. However, at some point, his mother stopped his mental health treatment, but it's unknown exactly why. While psychosis itself is not a clinical disorder, it is a symptom that is often associated with schizophrenia. Onset of schizophrenia in children is very rare, but still possible. Other causes of hearing voices during childhood could include depression, an anxiety disorder.
Hey, I was
and/or
depressed. I didn't hear
experiencing a
no
traumatic
fucking.
event, such as the death of a parent. Despite Zachary telling investigators he wasn't seeing anyone for help, the calendar on his phone showed that he had at least one meeting with the guidance counselor at his school, Ms. Higgs, indicating that perhaps someone realized something was wrong. Though no one could have guessed the truth.
I wonder, bro. I wonder. I mean, if he's talking like a serial killer, he's a serial killer, okay? That's how simple it is.
Extent of just how disturbed he was.
Yeah, nobody noticed. Look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry, bro. You're taking math class and the kid fucking... Can you give me your pencil? Like that, bro. Yo, miss. This guy's a serial killer. He's a school shooter, bro.
Kind of tell us.
Hey, can you help me with the notes?
I killed my mom in her sleep with a sledgehammer.
Is there a reason why you did that?
Yes, sir.
Well, can you tell me why?
No, sir.
You can't tell me why?
No, sir.
Is it a reason you don't know why you did it, or you just don't want to tell?
I didn't know why I did it. Just letting my tell.
Okay. You do know why you did it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you set the house on fire too?
Yes. Yes.
I tried to. I don't know if it actually got the whole house on fire though.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it did. I mean, a little bit, I think, but not bad or anything. Have you been having problems with your mom?
No, sir.
Unlike most crimes, it's all too clear that Zachary is
No,
the killer.
the long
But
queue.
though he states freely that he killed his mother, this story will change eventually. Hauntingly, recovered text messages between...
Okay, bro. It looks like he's trying to talk like the fucking narrator. Bro, that kid watched way too many fucking killer documentaries, and now he's trying to talk like the fucking narrator. And he's narrating the way that he killed his mom.
Zachary and his mom seemed to indicate that they had a seemingly ordinary, even loving relationship. In one, Zachary wrote to his mother,
yes.
"Sorry, I was asleep," with a heart emoji.
Oh, come on.
Another, this one from Melanie to Zachary, reads, "Love you. Tried to talk to you before we left, but your door was locked."
Cloralex Plus, la nueva línea de productos de desinfección garantizada sin cloro. Cloralex Plus, desinfección que ya...
Bane, more like lame.
These texts, the family appeared to be perfectly normal, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
We found a book on
How to kill them.
notepad that was on
How to kill them, right?
Said some things in there. Is that notepad yours that we found? It talks about your mom and
Your brother.
Yes, sir.
And that's what's so important about this. I mean, we want to understand what, like I said, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to. I mean, but we want to understand, what happened. I mean, that's important. I know it could be kind of scary to talk about, but
would you feel more comfortable if there was just one person in the room?
I don't mind having two people here.
Okay.
Sure.
More of a challenge, he says.
Yeah, like I told you in your rights, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to. It's very important though that something like this that happens. There's usually a reason for it. And, that's what we want to know. There's a reason. This is your time to tell us, why that happened.
I'd rather not, sir.
Okay.
The text messages from the day before he killed his mom show them planning to go to a movie. Melanie first wrote, "Hey, sweetie, I just took Josh to the orthodontist. We'll be back hopefully soon." Then later, "We can see Born or Campaign today. I want to see both." And "Sounds good. Josh is back in, but we may need to pick him up at Ryan's house." The last message she sent before her death was to Zachary and reads only, "Okay," with a heart.
Oh, bro.
It's eerily clear that Melanie had no idea what Zachary was planning, or that she would meet such a horrific end just hours after attending a movie with her two sons.
She was a good mom,
Zachary's brother Josh has
that's
also
how my
been
mom
brought to the
does.
police station to speak with police. He was asked to recount his day before the fire was set.
Man.
He told them that he had gone to the orthodontist with his mother before returning home. His answer also reveals a bit about his relationship with his brother.
What's Zach doing when you get home?
I think she's playing Xbox. We kind of keep to ourselves, I guess.
Okay, so you and Zach don't have a good relationship?
Well, no, we do. It's just like I don't know. Like he just kind of, stays to himself. He's kind of a quiet person, I guess.
Have you been having any problems? I mean,
he doesn't know.
He's always been kind of like quiet.
Yeah, the McDonald's hotline.
Josh seems hesitant to talk about his brother, and although he's giving limited information,
I
the
don't know if he knows his
descriptive
brother
words such
killed
as
his
quiet and odd may indicate that Zachary was showing signs of mental health issues.
Oh, but come
What's
on.
also strange here is
This
Josh's
is
apparent
being
lack of
bad,
visible concern, given what just happened to his
Yeah.
mother. The average son or family member would be hysterical and
So
wondering,
does he know?
or at least
Oh, he does
theorizing,
know.
about
He
what
does
could have
know.
prompted Zachary to commit
So he
such a
does know.
horrific
So he
act.
does know that he killed him.
However, there's a chance he's in shock, as this all just occurred a
loving
few
it.
hours earlier.
What kind of person is
What's
your
up,
brother?
Ken?
Your typical male teenager.
Typical male teenage. You two get along pretty good?
Sometimes.
Despite this claim, texts between the brothers show that they messaged fairly often, talking about how their school year was delayed, video games, and how Zachary wanted to spend his birthday alone, with Josh writing to him, "If you don't want Ryan to come over, I can tell him not to. I want you to have your birthday the way you want it, and I especially want you to be happy on your birthday."
Brother, man.
In one more recent message, Josh even apologizes for arguing with Zachary. The brothers often used heart emojis in their messages, frequently saying "I love you" to each other.
Oh, bro.
From the
come on.
outside, it's difficult to imagine such a horrific tragedy occurring in this family.
Yo,
but
Nikki,
only
don't be
because
Nikki, don't be sending me hearts right now, bro, because that means you're gonna murder me. You know what I mean? Don't be sending
Zachary
me hearts.
has yet to reveal his motive to investigators.
When you talk to people on the phone, who do you talk to? I mean, do you have friends you chat with or anything like that?
Gabe. You guys want to murder me?
So you don't have any friends other than your mother and your brother that you talk to?
I wonder why, bro.
Zachary may not have had many friends outside of his family, but a note in his phone
He looks like a young Guna there.
indicated that there was a teacher who he was close to. The note reads,
It looks
Thursday,
like a young
March
Guna.
29th, 2012. I saw Mr. Voss at school today.
Yo, bro, that's Gunnar if his streaming career didn't
From
take
the way
off.
he looked
Jesus
at me, I
Christ.
could tell he hated me. I didn't know what to say to him, so I just kept walking.
Yeah,
I
it looks
really
like he
hope
lost
I can
some weight.
repair our friendship before
And
I leave Tennessee.
And he started doing
He's
a bunch
the
of
only
crack.
person I've met that has sincerely cared about me. Hell, he's like a father to me. I don't know what I did to cause this, but I hope it can be forgiven. Mr. Voss is also the only true friend I've ever had. This note depicts a very different person from the emotionally detached teen we're seeing in this interrogation. His note shows indications of emotion, of caring what another person thinks of him, and of caring about another person, his teacher. The note indicates that Zachary may be lonely, and that he may not be able to connect with kids his age if he names a teacher as his friend. In his interview, Josh tells the detectives that when the movie ended around 8 p.m., the family went directly home.
You didn't see anything tonight that was any different than the way he normally acts?
I mean, no.
It's surprising that Zachary was not either acting differently from his typical behavior just prior to murdering his mother, or at least showing a change in his behavior recently. The level of aggression that he inflicted on his mother when he killed her, and the simple fact that he went through with murdering her, are behaviors that occur when a person has snapped or has reached an emotional breakdown. Josh then recounts going into his mother's room to talk.
Is he high? His pupils are like this big. Is he high on something?
Talked to her just a few hours before Zachary killed her.
His pupils were this big.
I remember about what time that was?
That was right around 9, probably. That was right when I said goodnight.
Last time I saw his mom.
And then I went upstairs and was in my room.
So you talked to her for a few minutes?
Yes, ma'am. She was working out when I went in there, so I worked out with her for a minute.
What was she doing when you said she was working out? What was she working out?
Like, doing stuff.
Despite describing what were his last moments with his mother, Josh still shows very little, if any, emotion.
When you get home and your mom goes to bed at 9, where are you and what are you doing in the house? Are you in the house?
I was already planning everything.
You were in your bedroom or in the room where the fire
Oh,
was
it's
started?
premeditated murder now.
Fire was started.
What do you call that room?
What do you call it? Game room.
Game room? So you're in the game room planning everything?
It's premeditated.
All right. And how long does it take you to plan that?
Yeah, he's got a voice box, isn't he?
Only a few minutes, but I waited for several hours to make sure everybody in the house was asleep.
How did you make sure they were asleep?
I just waited and then checked on them.
Just checked on them? Opened the door and looked at them?
Yes, sir. I killed her at around 11 p.m., I think. And I think she went to sleep at around 9 o'clock.
Okay. When you killed her, what about your brother lives there with you too, right? That's the only person who lives with you?
Why didn't he kill his brother?
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything to him?
No, sir.
Why didn't he kill his brother?
The fire to kill him.
Oh, you were?
Oh
Okay.
my God.
That's right. Zachary didn't just set the fire in an attempt to destroy the evidence of him killing his mother, but also in the hopes that his brother would be killed by the flames. As well, to ensure Melanie's death, after hitting her with the sledgehammer, Zachary locked the door behind him to prevent Josh from going in and potentially helping her.
And then I woke up around, I'm not sure what time it is, time of the thing was going off. And, at first I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like sound in my room.
You didn't even take
the
fire alarm off?
And I was looking for my brother upstairs in his room.
Oh my God.
He wasn't in there, and I saw the fire was started in there. So I ran downstairs to get my mom, and the door was locked. So I had to kick the door in to get in there. And then I saw her on the bed.
Oh, so he saw her fucking brains.
I just went outside the house and called 911 and went and got my neighbor's mortgage shot.
Where'd you get the sledgehammer at?
My gosh.
Okay, and what about, how did you try and set the fire?
First I tried to drag the lawnmower upstairs and empty the fuel tank in the room, but I couldn't do that, so I
because you're a weak little bitch.
bottle of whiskey on the floor and lit it on fire.
A bottle of whiskey?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was that before or after you hit your mom?
After.
After, okay.
Oh, he made sure his mom was dead.
How many times did you hit her with the sledgehammer?
I don't know.
I mean, any estimation?
I'd say at least 12.
12 times. Where did you hit her at on her body?
Around the head area.
Okay, was she sleeping at the time or?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did she wake up and say anything to you?
Bro, hit her 12 times. No, she couldn't.
I put my fingers on her neck to check her pulse and make sure she was dead.
Did you touch her anywhere else?
No, sir.
Have you thought about touching her anywhere else?
No, sir.
Josh was asked the same question, likely to determine if his story will match the forensic evidence found on Melanie's body.
Did he rape
When
her?
you went in the bedroom,
Did he rape her?
did you touch your mom? When you went in that room?
No, I don't think so.
No, he saw.
Like, I kinda, no.
No, he. Bro, this motherfucker hit his mum 12 times in the face with a sledgehammer. I'm pretty sure all you need is one time, dude. A sledgehammer. You swing that shit, dude. Even if you drop it on somebody's face, oh, you probably killed them. One time, you probably killed them. 12 times. Bro, her skull there's no more face. There's no more face anymore, bro. 12 times, there's no more face. No, I'm just saying, bro. Like 12 times, there's not even a face anymore, man. You do it clean. Oh,
Like I ran in and because then I saw.
yeah, you didn't even see a face.
When you left, what were your plans at that point?
I haven't stopped that.
Oh, yeah. When did you think about doing this? I mean, when did this pop into your head as far as killing your mom?
Well, is that time a case? Yeah.
Had you told anybody about it?
No, sure.
So, with this, I mean, thinking
This
about
is during
it,
the pandemic, apparently, I
was your
think.
mom just bad to you, or?
Because the school was delayed.
No, sure.
Because of
Pretty
the
good mom?
Rona, I think.
Was she a pretty good mom, or?
She wasn't very good mom. No, she wasn't.
But you a good kid. Oh,
Refusing
my
to
God.
classify her as either a good or a bad mom and sounding apathetic regarding his relationship with her could indicate that he was unable to form a true emotional connection with her or anyone else. Because of his willingness to answer most of the investigators' questions, except for his all-important motive, they ask him a series of questions to get as much information as possible.
He mentioned a note that has been found. When did you have a chance to write that?
While I was waiting and after I did it.
So you did the whole note?
Dude, his fucking voice is so creepy.
You did it all tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
His voice is
So you
creepy
did
as fuck.
some
Yeah, this
before
was... Yeah.
You killed your mother and some after?
Yes, sir.
When did you write the last part? About what time did you write the last part?
I don't know, sometime around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., I think.
Okay, while you were out walking and stuff?
Yeah, dude.
Was it before you bought the Pepsi?
Yeah, you drop it like that, somebody sleeping, bro? Nah.
Yes, sir.
You had your phone with you for a while.
Fractured
Did you
skull,
call
cracked
anybody
teeth,
on the
broken
phone?
everything, bro.
No, sir.
Okay, what'd you do with your phone?
I didn't do anything with it. I didn't even realize it was in the pocket until I left Morton's.
So where's it at now?
I threw it in a ditch.
Why'd you throw it away?
Evidence.
I assumed that I could be tracked for it.
Okay. What was your plans as far, I mean, you didn't have any plans on where you're heading to, or how, you know you were trying to escape and trying to get away from police, you don't remember where you're trying to go to?
No, sir.
You had a backpack, so you had...
He's not the one with the McDonald's airline brothers, bro.
Just try and get out of there, yeah.
Good one.
Yes, sir.
Chillingly, after killing his mom and fleeing the house, Zachary went to a convenience store to buy a Pepsi before he began walking in an attempt to escape from police. Though he had made an elaborate plan, it doesn't appear that he thought ahead to what he would do after. According to unverified rumors online from people claiming to live in Sumner County, after setting the fire, Zachary ran non-stop for almost 5 miles with no destination in mind. Ironically, a note on his phone written 7 months earlier on January 22nd, 2012, indicates that he had thought about his escape, or at least criminals escaping police detection more broadly.
This isn't in the pandemic. Never mind.
After reading dozens of news reports about killers, I believe I found several consistent reasons why most killers are caught within a year. They rely too much on civilization. Most killers hide out in heavily populated areas or easily accessible areas. They don't migrate to other areas after several kills in a row. This makes the police and their...
Did you just say right before he did it, he shuffled in? I'm like, stop. What have I done, bro? This is not ethical. This is not ethical, and this is my fault. I have created this. I created this.
Area more alert and the citizens more cautious. Most rely too much on firearms or other weapons that produce loud noises. This will attract unwanted attention to their location. This
So
sort
you
of
burnt
obsession
the
with murder and
house.
serial killers can occur among people with severe mental
Are you a
illness.
retard, bro?
The fixation doesn't necessarily have to be with murder
So
and
you
serial
bashed her
killers,
skull
but it
in,
just so happened to be the case
and
with
then you
Zachary.
burnt the
These
evidence.
individuals may often struggle with low self-esteem and therefore derive a
Hey,
sense
listen,
of
if I
feeling
look like him, I'd have low
when they
self-esteem too.
identify with bad guys.
Listen,
like
if I
serial
looked like Uncle Fester when I was fucking 14, yeah, I am bullying a 14-year-old right now. If I look like Uncle Fester, I wouldn't have a good, good view of myself.
killers. Zachary may have felt tough and strong by learning the strategies of killers and thinking he could
His brother's
emulate
older.
them. Maybe this gave him a sense of identity, believing that he
brother's
could not
probably
only be a
19.
killer too,
His
but
brother looks
become a
way older,
smarter
though.
killer by not making the same mistakes
in
as the
the-
criminals
Like
he
the
studied.
kid right there doesn't look the same, bro.
Still, there was other evidence of Zachary's plan falling apart,
brother started
such as the
losing his hair
knife
real
investigators
fast, huh?
found abandoned at the scene.
So why is
Real
the
fast.
knife outside?
I was trying to put it into my backpack and the fire alarm started and I just ran home.
What were you going to use that knife for?
My brother.
Same thing I used the sledgehammer for.
Who were you going to use the knife on?
The brother.
No specific person.
Were you looking to kill someone else tonight?
If I want to.
Only if they got in my way.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean by that?
If they tried to stop me from escaping.
So the lady at Thornton's who sold you the Pepsi, she was never in any danger.
No, sir.
But the officer that arrested you
He was.
could have potentially been in danger if you were of the mind.
I guess, but it would be kind of much considering he had a gun and I just had a knife and a hammer.
What if he didn't have a gun and he tried
Oh yeah,
to
he would have
kill
tried to kill him.
I wouldn't attack him unless I was provoked by him.
Were you provoked by your brother?
No, sir.
Were you provoked by your mother?
No, sir.
What is most troubling is that according to both Zachary and Josh, there was no indication that he had been planning any of this. In crime scene photos exclusively obtained by Iwu, there appears to be a code written on what may be the handle of the sledgehammer. Police also recovered a handwritten alphabetic key to the code. The code written on the handle translates as Z Requiem. This has never been publicly confirmed, but ZED could possibly stand for Zachary's initials.
He's one of
Zachary
those
Everett
idiots.
Davis.
Yeah, he went
He may have
Zodiac,
also
bro.
named the sledgehammer Requiem, which often refers to a mass for the dead. This is pure speculation and just a theory.
He went
but
full
this
retard,
coded
bro.
message could potentially be evidence that Zachary
went
may have
full
planned the
retard.
attack ahead of time.
Yeah, he wanted to be a serial killer, bro. I think he was practicing, to be honest. Bro. You know, like, bro, he's got the look, he's got the voice, he's got the fucking killing the mother storyline, right? The burning the brother alive. Like, he's got the MO, you know?
Kind of serious thing.
He's trying to become a serial killer.
About killing your mom. You didn't try and talk to anybody about this?
No, sir.
Why not? I mean, wouldn't this not bother you? Or?
Yes, sir.
Did it bother you?
No, sir.
Oh, it did bother you? Have you ever hurt anybody before?
No, sir.
Well,
So
I mean,
you fucking
how
beat
do
your
you
mom's
feel
face in when she was asleep
kill
because
your
you're a
mom?
weak person, bro. I get it.
It's possible that Zachary is saying what he thinks a serial killer would say, as though he's playing a role. It's difficult to say for sure,
Yeah, he looks like he's
but
playing
we
a
know
fucking
that he
role.
was affectionate toward his mother in the text messages they exchanged, and she was affectionate toward him as well. He made the same comment about not feeling anything about his father's death. It's possible that it's easier for Zachary to cut
Let
off
him
all
fix him.
emotion than to feel the pain of grief and loss. On the other hand, his complete detachment from his mom may be the result of a personality disorder, such as schizoid personality disorder. In this disorder, the individual does not want to have any close relationships, even with family members. They prefer to be alone and appear to be cold and have a flattened affect, as Zachary does.
Did y'all have any, was there any problems between you and him, or him and your mom, or?
Nothing more.
Yeah, he had double schizo, bro.
Have you
Or the pain.
He is schizophrenic and he's a schizoid.
Like, I think they would argue.
Other than normal,
Yeah.
normal parents.
Not that I know of.
And yet, Zachary had savagely attacked his mother while she slept.
What did you do with the sledgehammer after you hit her with it?
When she
I
slept.
just waited no longer.
Why did you hit her about 12 times with that?
Yeah, dude.
Why so many times?
12 times.
She was dead.
The
Why
officer
the
asked Zachary to
hatred?
demonstrate how he swung the sledgehammer to kill his mother.
Oh my god, he's not even.
So you right-handed?
Yes, sir.
Stand back up. Stand back up. Is that blood on your pants right there? In the front, right where your crotch is.
Oh, no, that's dirty.
Did you change clothes?
This is blood, though.
Oh, okay. And is that your mother's blood?
Yes, sir.
Are those the same shoes you were wearing?
Yes, sir.
Those are the same pants you were wearing?
Yes, sir.
That's the same shirt you were wearing?
No, sir.
Where's the shirt you were wearing?
I threw it away.
Why'd you get rid of that shirt?
It had pieces of my mother's brain stuck to it.
Still trying to understand why Zachary had killed his mother in such a brutal
What in the
way,
fuck?
the officer asks him to recount his day before the
What in the
attack.
fuck?
It was then that detectives noticed something interesting.
What in the
Zachary told them that he started his day by reading a book, Misery by Stephen King.
In the book, in the Misery book, one of the characters uses a sledgehammer.
Oh, the
Am I
woman.
correct in that?
The woman beats
Actually,
a
the
guy,
detectives
right?
have this wrong. In the book Misery, the main character uses an axe,
Yeah.
while in the movie adaptation, she uses a sledgehammer.
Are you sure you didn't get any of your thought process
Yeah, that
from
fucking creepy ass
one of those-
fucking movie,
from
bro.
that book?
Creepy ass book.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah,
so
she.
do
Yeah.
you think, so you're saying that's strictly coincidence?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't draw any kind of
Oh, I don't know,
thought
bro.
process from the book Misery as to how you killed your mother?
No, sir.
Listen, a lot of people read that book and they don't end up fucking sledgehammering the fuck out of their
Sledgehammer is a
mothers.
very unusual weapon to kill somebody with. So that's why he and I are asking that
He
question.
got his hands on the only thing that he could kill her with.
I wonder if he was denier, but I was working at that in this
Yeah, see?
vital area.
Did you have any
I
other
told
type of
you.
weapons in the house that you thought about using?
No, just the sledgehammer is the only thing.
About using a claw hammer.
A claw hammer?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
I mean, you don't remember feeling anything? Did you cry?
No, sir.
Oh.
Were you screaming when you're hitting her?
No, sir.
Did you say anything to her before you hit her?
No, sir.
Just killed her.
Did you love your mother?
No, sir.
Somewhat.
When you say somewhat, I mean, you know, is there anything she's ever did to you that you hate her for?
Didn't do anything,
No,
though.
sir.
Though Zachary denies that the book inspired his weapon of choice, possibly because he wants to take all the credit himself, his internet history indicates that murder and death was something he'd been thinking about for a long time. He had two particularly strange apps
Serial
downloaded
killer.
on his phone, including one about serial killers and another about torture devices. As
Army
well, among
survival,
the
too.
more mundane video game cheat codes and jokes, he had a copious amount of gory images. Zachary had also bookmarked a few bizarre websites, including articles about the murder of
Junko Furuta? Wasn't... Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't Junko the woman who was kidnapped by like 4... No, it might not be her, but there was a murder in Japan that was one of the worst things. She was like kidnapped by 4 kids, 4 18, 17, 16-year-old guys, and she was tortured relentlessly. They poured, that's her case. Is that her case, right? They poured Drano into her mouth, into her eyes, into her Like, they just tortured this woman relentlessly, and I think she actually escaped one time, but they got to her again. And I think that the people are out on like a technicality or some bullshit from Japan. I think that's her, right? I think that's her. Is that her? Junko Furuta case. Yeah, this is her, bro. Yeah, this is her, bro. Yeah, this is her. Yeah, it's one of the worst. It's one of the worst cases anyone's ever seen. Yeah, they held her captive. I don't know the full story. You're probably gonna watch the fucking full story eventually. But yeah, like she got away. She tried to call the police. Like, oh, bro. Oh, that's one of those fucking super rough ones, dude.
Junko Furuta, Catherine Murch, who took her own life after killing her kids. The Louisville chainsaw murder, a cult leader on trial in Ohio for killing a family of 5, and an X-Acto knife double homicide. He also had a particular obsession with the killer in Nevada, also known as the Sasebo slashing, where an 11-year-old murdered another schoolgirl, 12-year-old Satomi Midorai. Perhaps most tellingly, Zachary had also bookmarked an article titled Understanding Schizophrenia from helpguide.org. It's possible that he may have been trying to figure out why he was experiencing certain symptoms.
Oof.
Although Zachary may have some sort of severe mental illness, maybe even psychosis. As he's sitting in the interrogation room answering questions, he appears more like a cold-blooded murderer than a person suffering from psychosis. But this wasn't all. Zachary made notes on his phone that give unique insight into his twisted state of mind leading up to the killing. One says simply, Samantha Marshall, female, possible victim of. Another says, hanging over the masses like a shadow or a dark cloud, executing them all one by one without a sound. Omnipresent and biding its time, ready to steal you away at your prime. Welcoming to the stupid and the bold, not following any pattern, just doing as told.
Bro,
Laying to rest kings, queens, peasants, and thrall. Death will eventually punish us all.
Bro, he's actually not a
So
bad
you
poet.
can rewind the clock and go back.
That's actually a good poem.
What would you do?
I would kill Josh with a sledgehammer too.
In stark contrast to Zachary's statement, when Josh was brought in for a second interview, the detective asks him about an incident that occurred at school, showing that the brothers saw their relationship with each other completely differently.
But when you got in trouble with at school, I think it was last year, what happened to cause that when you got in a fight? Somebody said they were picking on Zach.
Oh, no, that was 8th grade.
Oh, was it 8th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he defended his fucking brother.
Middle school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What happened to cause, I mean, what were they doing?
He was like like a piece paper, like, you know, you roll up a thing of paper.
Mm-hmm.
He was just kind of hitting him like that.
Hitting Zach with it?
Yeah, and I told the kid to stop, and he went up there and did it again.
Oh, you beat his ass.
And what was Zach's take on that?
I mean,
was he mad that the guy was hitting him, or was he just indifferent, or did he ask you to do something about it? Or was
no, he didn't ask me to do anything.
Bro, that's his big brother. You don't need to ask. His big brother's just gonna beat the fuck out of the other guy.
It's possible that Zachary resented that his brother stepped in to be the hero. He may have been frustrated that he couldn't protect himself and instead had to be saved by Josh.
Do you still want to kill Josh?
Yes.
And you're not going to tell me why?
No, sir.
I'm really curious as to why. I mean, you said that he was the only confidant you had. You didn't talk to anybody else. Why would you want to get rid of the only person that you confide in and talk to?
I don't know.
Well, you said you don't want to tell me, so you do know. There's a difference in wanting to tell me and not knowing. You just told me you didn't want to tell me, so you do know why you want to kill your brother and you killed your mother.
Motherfucker.
I would just like for you to share that with me.
I'd rather not, sir.
But
you do know.
You will admit that
you know why
you did it.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. Do you always talk like you're talking to us now?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
so if I talk to someone that knows you or a teacher, they're going to say, this is your demeanor. This is how you talk.
Most likely.
And so you're always monotone and robotic when you talk.
Oh, they're bullying him. They're bullying him.
Unnerved by Zachary's behavior during his interrogation, detectives asked Josh the same question.
Has he always been talking that monotone
Serial killer voice?
Like quiet. He's kind of quiet. You know, his voice don't go up or down. It's just like a flat monotone voice. Is that the way he normally talks? All the way? When did he start talking that way?
It's always been the way I remember it.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever laugh?
Oh my God.
What makes you laugh?
Various things.
Various things.
Give me an example.
Like murder.
While I was laughing myself when I killed my mother.
You were what?
I was laughing when I killed my mother.
Yeah.
You were laughing? Why were you laughing?
I don't know.
Were you laughing your ass off at that time?
Yes, sir.
Paradoxical laughter often occurs among people with schizophrenia. They may laugh either to themselves, often in response to a hallucination, or they may laugh in serious situations. However, throughout
Bro, I
the
laugh in serious
interrogation,
situations.
he has not laughed inappropriately at all. It's possible that Zachary once again is trying to present himself as the evil villain he may identify with. Whether Zachary is as void of emotion as he's trying to portray is unknown. His note entries on his phone, which show expressions of emotion, puts into question this image of himself that he's trying to show in interrogation.
Why were you laughing your ass off when you killed your mother?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. We went over this a while ago. You know why that you wanted to kill your mom. You just don't want to tell me.
No, I actually don't know why I was laughing.
Well, was it a sense of accomplishment?
No, sir.
Fucking spit it out,
when
bitch.
you read the horror books?
No, sir.
Did you laugh today when you or yesterday when you read Misery?
No, sir.
Do you see do you see why it would be difficult
So
for
you
me
just
to
hate your
understand
mother?
why that would be funny?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people said it's just.
So you just hate your mother?
A 15-year-old to take a sledgehammer
Beat his
and
mom
laugh
12
his
times.
ass off and hit her in the head with it 12 times.
You know that? Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't have any more information to give to you.
You can't think of any reason whatsoever?
No, sir.
With still no indication why he killed his mother in such a brutal way, the detective attempts to figure out if there were any issues in the family that may have motivated Zachary. In response to the detective's continued questioning, Zachary makes a shocking allegation against a family member, claiming that they assaulted him years earlier. This has never been proven to be true, and there is no evidence to back up any of Zachary's allegations.
What did he do to you? How long ago was that cut? How long you been in Tennessee?
Since 2008, I think. Or 2007. I don't really remember the exact date.
Did you tell your mom about it?
Yes, sir.
What'd she do?
She didn't believe me.
Didn't believe you? Did
I mean, if it's
did
true.
you after that?
No, sir.
Just that one time is when he did it?
Yes, sir.
And
how old would you have been then? Did you hold any ill will towards him for that?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
And the conversation you had with your mother about that, can you tell us about that?
She thought it was my imagination.
Did she ever talk to him?
It might have.
Not that I know of.
Did he never mentioned anything?
No, sir.
It might have, bro. He's schizophrenic.
I stopped bathing after that.
You stopped bathing?
Yes, sir.
And he stopped? And that made him stop?
2012, yeah. 2012.
When you mean stop bathing, you mean you stop taking baths and showers altogether?
Yes, sir.
So how did you clean yourself?
I didn't.
Did you
Yeah, so it could be true, but it could be false. I don't know, bro. Like, look, here's the thing. He's been really he's been kind of truthful right now. You know, he's been kind of truthful right now, so it's possible that he believes it. Now, did it happen? I don't fucking know, because if he's actually schizophrenic, possibly he had fucking visions or something. You know, but then again, hey man, that moment might have broken him. You know, that moment might have been the camel that broke his back, and then his mom not believing him might have, you know, pushed him.
Not very common. Okay.
The detectives have referred to a notebook they found at the house, which miraculously survived the fire. Within, they found 2 notes written by Zachary. I was raped by him that day, and I've been planning to kill him ever since. The second entry, a confession, is believed to be written right after he killed his mother. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel remorse. My only true regret was that I didn't give her a faster death.
Oh my God.
I didn't want her to suffer. It's possible that Zachary's belief about being assaulted was actually a delusion. Individuals diagnosed with schizophrenia may experience delusions, which are strongly held beliefs that are unfounded.
There's always a reason. There's always a story. And just because...
And what do you do if your kid is born like him?
Make it any less important.
You know what I mean?
To us.
What do you do, dude?
To find out what the truth is.
Do you give him up?
To deal with that, but
that turns him into a serial killer for sure. For sure.
Why did you know?
For sure, that motherfucker haunting you.
Your mom didn't do anything.
What do you fucking do?
Why it took this long for you to act out?
You notice your kid is just
bold and bold and bold. Is that what you're saying?
Rooster, do you love him? Do you not love him? Do you shun him? Do you push him away? Do you pull him in?
Would have set that off. I mean, made you think about doing this. I mean, anything particular that happened of all nights, you know, since 2008, it's 2012 now. Of all nights since then, you would have did this.
Yeah, why did you choose today?
As the interview begins to draw to a close,
so they're asking him,
did Zachary a few last questions.
Did he do anything today to set you off? Why today?
I don't know. I mean, I guess whatever.
And then she stopped doing the therapy.
I mean, what do you feel? I mean, what do you feel? I mean, that's, if somebody was to do this to you, what should happen to them?
I don't think it would really matter. Because if you give them the death sentence, they'll die, and if you give them a life sentence, they'll die in prison anyway. So
oh my God.
It doesn't really matter.
So, did you think about the consequences when you did this? What could happen to you?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about that?
He doesn't care.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't care.
I'd rather not, sir.
I mean, I'm talking about, do you think you could get caught by the police? And do you think that was a possibility?
Yes, sir.
And if you got caught by the police, what do you think would happen to you?
Well, since I only killed one person, I shouldn't get the life sentence. But I don't know how it works here.
The officer had just one last question for Zachary, and this one, oddly, results in the most animated reaction that they've seen from him.
Yeah,
but his
brother,
unsettling response isn't at all
too?
what you might expect from someone in this situation.
Yeah.
Do you always look at people through your eyebrows?
Oh.
You've been doing it all morning. Do you do that? Is that a habit, or is that something that you're just starting to do?
I guess it's a habit. I've never really...
Oh, then why did you laugh?
You never really noticed?
No, sir.
Nobody's ever said anything to you about it?
No, sir.
Why'd you giggle?
It's just...
Yeah, I mean, you don't know that you do that right there?
No, sir.
No, he knows. Oh, you do
I'm
know,
not
bro.
picking on you, I'm just...
Why the fuck did you laugh then? If you
it
don't know
looks
why
kind
you
of
laugh.
evil when you did that, I'm gonna have to say. I think you know you're doing it.
He likes to look evil.
And you're smiling about it, so I think you're pretty aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize I was doing it.
Yeah, you did.
Given what we know about Zachary's obsession with murder and serial killers, it's likely that being called evil is a compliment. This again shows that he might identify with some sort of evil character or villain. If Zachary's monotone voice and eerie eyebrow stare are all an act, it's impressive because he was able to keep up the act and not break character throughout the whole interrogation. Following his interrogation, Zachary was evaluated by psychologists and mental health experts.
Yeah, he's gone.
One stated they believe that at the time of the killing, Zachary didn't have the mental capacity to meet the legal definition of premeditation, and that his mental illness affected his ability to use reflection and judgment.
Yeah, he might
In
go
fact,
to the loony bin,
psychologist said
bro.
that at the time of the crime, his thoughts were driven by psychosis.
He might
He
go
was
to the
diagnosed
loony
with
bin.
schizophrenia and a depressive disorder. Changing his story from what he initially said to investigators, Zachary told one doctor that he had heard his deceased father speaking to him, and that he had allegedly urged him to kill his mother. Still, investigators pointed out that he had fled the house with bags he had already packed, ditched his phone, and told police that he'd been thinking about killing his mother for years, all demonstrating that he planned the crime. Zachary eventually appeared on the Dr. Phil show, where he gave yet another reason for killing his mother, this time changing his story completely
why did
and
Dr.
claiming
Phil
that he did it
interview him?
because, quote, she wasn't taking care of my family.
Oh, and you took care
But
of
still,
her,
in this
by
interview,
killing
he
her, bro?
maintains that he was the one who killed her. However, he would shock everyone, including his own legal defense, when in court he once again told a completely altered story, naming a different killer. During his trial, Josh sat directly behind Zachary, but the brothers never spoke.
His brother.
When Zachary took the witness stand, he changed the story he had been telling for 2.5 years and stated, quote, I didn't do it.
He did.
He suddenly blamed the entire crime on Josh, claiming that he was the one who used the sledgehammer to kill their mother, and that he just took the fall, making him innocent.
Oh, come on.
Following this, Zachary's attorney attempted to declare him mentally incompetent and for the case to be deemed a mistrial. Furthering the drama, after his lunch break, the attorney asked to be dismissed from the case, but was denied. The judge speculated that he wasn't sure if Zachary was the ultimate con man or manipulator or not, but that was the jury's job to figure out. Despite his last-ditch attempt to blame Josh, Zachary Davis was convicted of the first-degree murder of his mother, attempted first-degree murder of his brother, and aggravated arson.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. His fucking attorney said, "Yo, like this guy's insane," and then he must have eaten with him, and he must have said something to him. And the attorney's like, "Yo, bro, get me out of this fucking case. I don't want none of this, dog. I don't want none of this, dog. You know what? I'm changing. You know what? I might work for Starbucks. You know what? I might just start making fucking lattes for people, because Jesus."
He was sentenced to 71 years in prison with eligibility for parole after 51 years. To this day, there is speculation that Zachary may have had aspirations to become a serial killer.
Bro, 71 is the longest we've seen that isn't life, you know? Usually, they just say life without parole, like 20 to life without parole. This motherfucker got 71 years. I mean, dude, it takes a special kind of evil to kill your mom when she's asleep with a fucking sledgehammer. And not just hit it one time, hit it 12 times, dude. At that point, bro, if you hit an elephant 12 times with a sledgehammer, I'm pretty sure there's no more elephant, dude. Like, holy shit, dude. Boys, listen, it's 4 a.m. Right, we're gonna go to sleep. Have a good night. Have a good night. What's Mother talking to? She's talking to Dunkel. She's talking to Dunkel right now.
Fuck you.
In what ways?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What's going on? Anyways.
How are you better than me?
Myself.
Oh my god. Dude, Jesus Christ. The amount of drama that boy gets into, dude. Ridiculous. Good night, boys. Boys, tomorrow I'll stream even earlier than today, okay? Today was a bit of an early stream, alright? It was a good stream. We'll stream earlier. Earlier. Oh, we're raiding Kraken. Is she alive? Oh, yeah, we're raiding Kraken. Guys, have a good night. Wait, can she be watching this shit? Is this legal? Yeah, I'm raiding Kraken before I get banned. Have a good night, boys. /raid. Raiding Kraken before I die, bro. Before I get banned. Have a good night, motherfuckers. Okay? Thank you for today. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the follows today. Thank you for everything, boys. Have a good night. Hopefully, your son doesn't crush your skull with a sledgehammer. Okay? And hopefully your babysitter doesn't drop your kid and then beat her up. Jesus Christ, bro. These fucking people are horrible. Have a good night, boys. Take care of yourselves. Say hi to Kraken for me. Spam the L's in the chat for love. And yeah, enjoy the movie, motherfuckers. Enjoy the movie.